Let me share with you how I sold 10 books within 15 minutes using a mobile phone. Just what you have in your hand. Just stay with me because I'm sure there is going to be a takeaway. I sold 10 books within 15 minutes using no sophisticated method, just a mobile phone. You see? Some people have been asking me how they can make additional income without a business background. And I do want you to stay with me on this one because it's a practical example. And if you are one of those people who is curious, who wants to know, stay with me because I'm going to be sharing 3 strategies that are very simple. What happened is that I wanted to pre-sell my book. However, I didn't know how to go about it. The good thing is that this time I was not anxious. There was something percolating in my head. How do I do this in a manner that is effective and efficient for that matter, because I had no budget for it. And as I was sitting, a very quiet thought just said, everything is in your mobile. And what I did, I took my mobile and started scrolling. I just pressed contacts and started scrolling. And there were names of people I trusted, people I had assisted, people I had attended workshops with. There were names of colleagues. There were names of just friends. And what I did, I just scrolled and clicked on 10 names. What I did, I then sent a message to those people, just 10 people. I sent a message that I have written a book and I'm very encouraged by it. Would you like to be the first person to buy that book? And that was all. Unbelievable. One person within 15 minutes simply sent a message and said, how much? I want 10 books. And the rest is history. I sold those 10 books without anything sophisticated. In 30 minutes, there were funds in my account. And that encouraged me to then embark on a build-up of pre-selling in preparation for a launch that became successful. So I'm sharing with you, do stay with me because the lesson is that we do not need to do something big and sophisticated. If you are a woman and you are over 40, this is very important. For the past 10 decades, the 4 decades, you've observed what challenges people are going through. Just that lived experience, you've observed those challenges, the pain, the anxieties. So already you have done what we call a market validation. That's important. And then the second very, very important point is that you don't need a sales team. I've just shared with you, I simply went into my mobile and the list that is on your phone, that's your sales team. The people who trust you, the people you trust, you already have a track record. So those are the people who don't have to be wondering who you are. They know you. So that's your sales team. Then another very important point is that you are a brand, a personal brand. You have brought up children. You have managed a household. You have managed crises. They may be personal crises. They may be organizational crises. And you have established yourself as this go-to person, this trusted person. So that is a brand. And from there, sky is the limit. You don't have to agonize. You don't need a business background. You don't need a marketing budget. I've just indicated I didn't have anything except what I have shared with you, and that resulted in 150 sales of this book without outlaying any budget. There was no budget. I didn't have a business background. However, I started. That's very, very important. I just started. And I began to learn as I was getting along. If you find this helpful, do remember, please, to press the like button and subscribe, because remember, we are on a journey. We want to cross the bridge to financial success. Stay with me. So, what do you do? The practical example, very simple. Take a pen. Jot down 10 names of people you know, you've worked with, they've come to you for assistance and you never charge anything. Can you just jot down 10 names? Not very important people, just ordinary people, including family members, friends, colleagues, people you've met when you are attending workshops, just 10. And then the second thing that I urge you to do, that's the second point. Can you just send a simple message? You are not going to be sophisticated. You are not going to be doing a pitch. You're just going to be saying, this is what I have, and you may be interested in knowing more about it. If you are, can you just respond? That is all. That is all. In short, what is it that you are offering? And that friend or colleague or family member or associate or somebody you met in 2019 at a workshop, there is something you are saying, he or she may be interested in it, and just send it in very simple language. And then, thirdly, it's very important that you give assurance that you know what you are about. In short, you are trusted. That's important. That's the third point, that you are trusted because you have a track record. You have managed delicate situations. You have advised people if you have advised people. You've maybe written an ebook for that matter, or a training program, and you don't know how to put it out there. So you have a track record. And that's the third point. I can guarantee that will work. Then the next thing you may be asking yourself, and then what next? Remember, there are 10 names. If, for instance, that's the worst case scenario, if they don't respond, that is fine. You're going to try the second, just to see if there is a response. If there is no response to what you are offering, that is your second attempt, try the third one, because that is how it happens. You don't give up. You keep on refining your offer in very simple terms, etc. Then, now, this is a cherry on top, and this is what happened to me. Let us say one person responds, just 1 out of 10. Wow, that indicates that there is an interest, that there is something of value you can offer. So work with that person, develop the relationship, because one offer leads to another, one positive response leads to another, as long as you are not impatient and anxious and demanding. You nurse the relationship, and one thing leads to another. This has worked for me. It takes patience, consistency, and believing. Very important, because you don't promote what doesn't resonate with you. So it helped me quite a lot, and I know that it will help you. So you don't need a business background, as I've indicated. What you require is to harvest. If you're over 40, you harvest the 4 decades. And as I have shared this experience, just a takeaway, can you just do it? And don't be discouraged if you don't get a positive response. Try the second one, try the third one, and try the fourth one until there is one positive response, because after all, you have many other things that you can offer. Things that people are prepared to pay for. That is, those who come behind you, who are junior to you. I guarantee it will work, and there will be additional income, and you will not be anxious. If you are in full employment, you won't be anxious that what happens if your job goes the following day, because you will be having this, I call it is a bridge. You will be in a position to start walking in order to cross the bridge to financial income. It has worked for me. I hope that it will work for you, because right now I sold 10 books within 15 minutes using nothing else other than the mobile phone that is in your hands. We have the whole world in our hands. You have the whole world in your hand, and it is exciting. The opportunities are endless, and your experience puts you in good standing. Just unpack it and unpack it. You are bound to win. I look forward to meeting you in the middle of the next bridge as we cross to financial success.